Warning: read and follow all labels and the owner's manual.
These how-to instructions are for use with the Tregaskiss TT4A analog and TT4E Ethernet reamers. We are going to show you how to mount and reinstall the WC-400 wire cutter on a Tregaskiss TT4A analog and TT4E Ethernet reamer. We will begin by shutting down the air into the welding cell and disconnecting before proceeding. Please follow your facility's lockout/tagout procedures. Remove the 3 socket head cap screws from the top plate using a hex wrench. And remove the TCP pointer using a socket wrench. Attach the WC-400 wire cutter base to the top of the reamer, or another sturdy platform using the same 3 M6 socket head cap screws that are securing the clamp housing onto the reamer. Next, thread the M12 connector into the 4-pin receptacle labeled wire cutter, located on the setup switch plate on the side of the reamer. Now insert the clipping catcher. Using the reamer wire cutter installation kit that contains the fitting hose, you'll install the fitting. Remove the plug on the T-fitting and insert the fitting on the air supply line, feeding into the wire cutter. Tighten with a wrench and place the hose from the wire installation kit and connector to the solenoid valve, connecting the air supply to the wire cutter. Now you'll need to turn on the air to the welding cell. The main air line intake fitting in the factory set location will automatically set the wire cutter in sourcing mode. Reference the reamer owner's manual on Tregaskiss.com for inversing logic from sourcing to sinking mode into the wire cutter. After the air is turned on, power on the reamer. Once both the air and reamer are powered on, dry cycle the wire cutter through the robot pendant if you have I/O, or you can manually test the wire cutter cylinder by pushing and engaging the push button on the top of the solenoid valve as shown. Tips for changing or rotating the fixed blade within the wire cutter. To get longer life out of the fixed blade within the wire cutter, you'll need to know how to rotate and replace the blades. Take a look. Fixed blades have 4 sides on the blades. If they start to chip or wear, you can rotate, flip, and index them. You can also index the wire up and down the fixed blade length to gain more life out of the fixed blade. Remove and reinstall the bolts on the fixed cutter blades with a hex key. Wire tip: always try to keep your wire 90 degrees to the blades for optimal cutting. Shown here, keep the wire off the fixed blade. This blade is fixed, and this blade is actuated by the cylinder to cut. You will need to keep your wire as close to the edge of the fixed blade as possible, remaining 90 degrees upright and with the bottom edge of your blade with your desired cut length for your wire sticking out. These how-to instructions are for use with the Tregaskiss TT4A analog and TT4E Ethernet reamers.